Let's make a custom Shiver doll. So I get to use my brand new heat gun when making this doll. I've never had one before. But first I start by removing the doll's head. It was so much easier with the heat gun instead of using water. Then I wipe away her makeup. And after that, I can put the doll's head back on and prep it for the face. Now for the face, I'm getting to use my new pencils. And I start in by lightly adding pencils, then adding a clear coat on top, and keep adding and adding color until I get something I'm really happy with. Right now I'm adding orange underneath the eyes to give Shiver that kind of ombre eye look. I added her eyebrows and her lipstick, and now I'm using some new pastels I have to give her a little blush and a little bit more of a red face like Shiver has. Then I paint on her binder. Next up, I give her almost like a wig cap. This is going to be the base that I add the fabric tentacles on afterwards. You'll see what I'm talking about. I pin it into place and then start gluing the pieces of fabric on top of it. And I just try to kind of map out the shape of her head. I was originally planning on sewing 3D elements for the hair, but that didn't work out, so I just started gluing with a gun, and I think it really worked out well. It's a little messy, but I'm pretty happy with it, and I think if I ever do another Splatoon doll, I have a good idea of what I'm going to do. After I get all the hair in place, I do add a wire under some of the tentacles. I pour some plastic make and heat it up with my gun. This is going to be for the suction cups on her hair. I heat it up until it's all clear, and then I can mold it into whatever shape I want. You can see here I'm putting the hot plastic directly onto the hair so it kind of molds into where it needs to be when I eventually glue it into place. That's what the suction cups look like. Next, I'm going to go ahead and repaint her pants since I don't want to sew any new ones, and just repaint the Bratz feet. This is really fun. I used an old like tchotchke bag I had, and I cut it up, and I'm going to use it as Shiver's shawl. So I go ahead and cut the front loop it has, and I cut a headpiece hole, and I use the heat gun once more to kind of make sure the edges don't fray a whole bunch. And next up I'm going to work on Shiver's medallion. So I used some old plastic I had laying around to kind of make a homemade shrinky dink into a metal piece I like. And with some finishing touches, she is finished. Here's a before and after. Thank you all so much for watching this video. It really does mean a lot.